Good morning, guys. I'll move y'all. Movement. YouTube can join us. There we go. How are you guys doing today? You good? You awake? Donna, good to see you. Just out of bed, just out of the shower. All right, we're moving along at a really crisp clip. Venetius, good morning. All right. Got a few of you all on here, so we're just missing a couple. Hopefully they'll join us soon. So Elizabeth, Janice, and Andrew, Abby, and Deanna, hopefully they'll join us soon. Oh, there's Elizabeth, speaking of. All right, good to have you, Elizabeth. So you guys sleep well? Yeah, a little bit. I'm sorry you guys have the first hour of the day. It's dreadful. We don't start till 10, right? Ooh, Viana. Hey, good to see you. I've been missing you. Hi. Good to see you all here with us today. That's awesome. All right. I think you just made Yana's day. She's been missing you. All right. Well, I'm missing a couple people, but hopefully they're going to jump on. So at the moment, we're going to just get started. I don't want to waste your time. I want to be able to let you guys off in 30 minutes so you can have time to work on whatever's next for you, or get some time off to go get some breakfast or whatever. All right. So I'm going to mute us all. If you don't mind just staying muted until I unmute you to answer a question or whatever, so I'm going to mute you, and we'll unmute you as it's your turn to speak. All right, so for today, we're going to open up our books, our grammar books, page 260. So grammar, page 260, open your book to join us, please. 260, we are diagramming adverb phrases. Super exciting right there, right? All right, diagramming adverb phrases for the day. That's our goal. All right, hopefully you're all there with me on page 260, page 260. All right, so diagramming adverb phrases. Here we have an example of a prepositional phrase. All right, this sentence isn't in your book. It's just one that I have up here for today. But I just want to draw our attention to it, to think about it a little bit. And one of the things we want to think about is the fact that, of course, we have our subject right here. We have our verb right there, as always. And then this is a direct object, right? I'm going to actually unmute you guys so you can join me in this conversation a little bit. All right, so we have our subject, our verb, and everybody remembers this is our direct object, right? If this was a linking verb, oh, Janice, nice to have you with us, my dear. If this was a linking verb, what would it have been here? Right, a predicate nominative or a predicate adjective, if that was the case, would be a predicate. And this would be a backslash instead of a straight up and down line. Correct. All right, then we have our prepositional phrase. In this case, the phrase is near the lake. All right, often up to this point, we've been diagramming our prepositional phrases like their adjectives. So they've usually been going underneath like our predicate nominative over here or over here underneath the subject. But when it's an adverb, it's going to go underneath the verb or underneath another adjective, right? So here's one example of us. Oh, Andrew, good to have you join us this morning as well, my friend. I'm glad for you. Actually, let me give a quick recap for Viana, because today's Viana's first day on with us. Every day you earn participation points for our homeschooling school. So your participation points are 1 point for showing up to class. All right, you show up to class, you get a point. You get another point for using your video, so we can see your face in your camera, and we can hear you on the audio. So you figured out how to get your video and audio working, that's another point. And then your third point each day is for involvement. Involvement means when I call on you, you obviously get involved in the class. But another thing with involvement you can lose points on is you're welcome to come into this class with a background. Like some of us choose backgrounds for the day, which is perfectly fine. You can do that in your settings on your Zoom account, and you can choose enhanced backgrounds. You can drop in all kinds of backgrounds. Be sure they're appropriate, please. But you're welcome to do that. However, I ask that when you do that, you come in with one background and you keep on that background the entire time. All right, so that's going to be the only thing we ask about concerning that, is that you come in with one background and that background stays with you the whole time. If you change your background throughout the class, I'm going to remove your 1 point for involvement because you didn't obey the rule. The other thing is that usually I have you on mute. I can mute all of you myself, but you can also mute yourself. However, when I call on you, you'll need to unmute yourself. So I'll need you to unmute yourself when it's time to answer something. So again, that's just a simple class rule thing, but you keep your involvement points by those simple things. Just keep one background on the back, unmute when you need to. If for some reason you muted yourself and I couldn't unmute you, just unmute yourself when you need to. And then, of course, answering questions as we go along. So 3 easy points earned every day. They're like homework in your assignments on ThinkWave. You can see your assignment in ThinkWave there. So it's like homework, but it's just part of keeping us involved and keeping us working smoothly. All right, so page 260. We've been reviewing adverbs this week, diagramming adverb phrases where we're at today. So here we're looking at the prepositional phrase specifically. In this case, near the lake. So here's near, my prepositional word, and we had all of those prepositions. You probably can't read this because it's really tiny on your screen, but page 278 is actually a preposition page, and these are all the prepositions that you should be memorizing and knowing and learning by now. So those are our prepositions. And near is on our preposition list. So near what? Near the lake. That's my object of the preposition, and then our article adjective down here. So that's how we diagram them. So on page 260, we have our exercises right here. Would you guys tell me, I don't remember if I don't think we've actually gotten to page 260 yet. I think this might not be review anymore. Did we do page 260, the exercises? Oh, did I? I didn't mute you, sorry. I mean, all right. No, we have none of. All right, good. I had in my book like we hadn't gotten there, but then I kind of thought, well, maybe I didn't mark it. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can do 1 through 4 today. We're going to do 4, so they need a piece of paper today. We're just going to do 1 through 4, diagram those 4 sentences. So 1 through 4 diagramming. All right, up above on this page, on page 260, are other examples of prepositional phrases and how those adverb phrases are diagrammed. Okay, so here I have one up here on the board, but there are others. All right, then you might have some things like you might have adverbial or infinitive phrases. Infinitive phrases start with the word to, like a preposition, but they don't have a noun after it. They'll have like a verb word after it. Like you see that in the second example, modifying a verb. We exercise to maintain good health. We is our verb. Exercise. We is our subject. Exercise is our verb, and then we have the infinitive phrase to maintain good health. So that's describing our exercise. All right, so you want to be sure that you figure that out. All right, we're going to do 1 through 4. 1 through 4. And then in a moment, we're going to see how savvy you can be on your Zoom, because I'm going to ask you to actually screen share. If you go down to the bottom of your Zoom, you'll see a screen share option. And in that, you'll find, actually, let me stop sharing this and give you a chance to see that. So share screen, when you choose share screen, you get a whiteboard or iPhone, iPad, or anything you have on your account. I want you to choose the whiteboard today. And on the whiteboard, you can type or you can write in with your, if you have a touch screen, you can write it with your finger, or you can use, the stylus on your on your pen, and write in your diagram. So I want everybody to our number on the whiteboard, after you figure out number one, try to put number 1 as a diagram up on your whiteboard for me. All right. Oh, Abby, good to have you with us. All right, so right now we're on page 260. Page 260 in our grammar book. We're diagramming 1 through 4. And right now I want you, when you finish diagramming those, to put number 1 on your whiteboard on your Zoom account. So hopefully you have the opportunity to do that. And then when I call on you, we're going to have you share your whiteboard so we can see how your diagram turned out. All right, when you finish all 4 diagrams, put a thumbs up in your screen for me so I know you're finished. All right, up on my whiteboard, if you should be able to see my whiteboard, I think. Did I share that? Yeah. So I started, number 1, for you, that kind of concept. You can choose the text box where you can type in the words, and then you can draw in your lines and whatever. So like if I were to draw an adverb line next, or let's see, I'm going to do an adjective, whose son, they were his son, so I can draw my line here again. Let's see if I can try to put a text box on top of that. That'll be a little tricky. But I could type that in there too, and then I probably could even move its direction, I'm sure. Probably an arrow for that. Maybe not. Maybe not. But you get the concept by just putting it there like that. We know that his belongs right there on that line. So, okay, so let's see how creative you can be with your whiteboard after you finish 1 through 4 and do number 1. It's like a little bit of show and tell. Sir, your whiteboard opportunity in class. But weird. How artsy can you be? How creative. Guys, after this quarter, we'll finally be technologically savvy. That would be good. I'm looking forward to this boosting us in our school like that. That would be fun. Get you all familiar with PowerPoint. We'll start doing presentations with PowerPoint. That would be cool. I think. Maybe not. All right, so I'm going to unmute all of you. How are you guys doing? You guys pretty much done with those? Those diagrams? Got them pretty much figured out? Not completely, but you're getting close. All right. We're getting closer. So either I'm just a weird, strange teacher that nobody thought twice about this big, huge spider on my wall. I was all looking forward to be like, April Fools! And nobody even noticed my spider. Like, you should be terrified. It's really big. No? Not so funny? Okay. No April Fool's jokes for you. It's too early in the morning. Fine. Yeah, I see that. I thought somebody would come on and give me a good April Fool's joke today or April Fool's prank. No. I should have put a big ant up there for Abby. Then it would have been a good April Fool's. I know. All I had was a spider. I didn't have one. No, none of you guys are here to drop crumbs. So no, they're not. All right, Daniel Fabian's done with his 4. Good job. Oh, you're just clapping hands because you thought that was a funny joke? Oh, you're raising your hand. My bad. What's your question, Daniel? All right, they're a whole nother sentence. Remember, you like diagram them separate. You have one line here, or start another one, and then you connect them with the Yeah, you connect them with the dotted line. Correct. Although, Daniel, none of these have clauses. Right? These are all going to be phrases. All right, so these 4 no clauses, phrases. All right, the only time you're going to have a dotted is we do have a, oh, no, we're not doing number 5. We get to number 5, we have a compound prepositional phrase used as an adverb phrase under word sent to mayor and to commissioner. So that would be a dashed line combining those compounds. But this time's all phrases. It's either an infinitive phrase or a prepositional phrase or a, well, that's it. Prepositional phrase or an infinitive phrase. And your examples up above on how to diagram the first column show you how to diagram prepositional phrases as modifying the verb, adjective, or an adverb. The second column shows us how to diagram an infinitive phrase, modifying a verb, adjective, or an adverb. All right, so that's what you have to decide. You have to decide what that phrase is modifying, and then where you're going to put it with the diagram. So a little tricky. How many of you are working on the whiteboard diagram? Put your hand up in your screen if you're working on your whiteboard diagram yet. I don't see any hands, so maybe that means we're not yet, which is fine. I think I might actually change that. Why don't we do, let's see how creative you can be with your lines and stuff. How about, Abby, how about we give you number 2 on your whiteboard? All right, try to figure out how to get number 2 up on your whiteboard in Zoom so you can show us your diagram for that one. Elizabeth, how about you do number 3 for us? All right, you want to do number 3 for us. And let's see, Fabian, Daniel, how about you do number 4 for us? And I'll finish putting number 1 up here on the board. All right, then we'll come to each person and those. Yes, Abby. Okay, so at the bottom of your Zoom account, where you're in there right now, at the bottom, if you move your mouse to the bottom, it'll pop up a bar at the bottom, and one of the things will say share. Share screen. Choose share screen. When you do that, some other options pop up. You'll see whiteboard. You want to choose the whiteboard, okay? Sorry, that bell was ringing. Say that again. Say it again. Oh, you know what? I did become a hog on screen sharing. You're right. Let me change my advanced things. Okay, so I'll let you guys share. I forgot. I'm terrified somebody's gonna pop up stuff that would be bad. Get us all in trouble. So therefore, I kicked you all out of that. All right, there you go. Maybe that'll work now. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Okay, so while you guys are working on 2, 3, and 4, I'll keep working on putting number 1 up there so that all of you can see if your number 1 looks like this. I did not want to erase all that. All right, so number 1. Number 1 should look like the one that I have up on the screen share right now. So we have Jacob sent to his sons. Whose sons? His sons makes it an adjective. That's why I put the line something like this underneath sons. All right, and then I have 2 adverb phrases. One of them is a prepositional phrase, to Egypt, because it's followed by the noun Egypt, right? So it makes that one a preposition. And it's saying sent where? To Egypt. So therefore, it's an adverb. Then the other one, to buy corn, is an infinitive phrase. I have to buy, right? That makes it an infinitive because I have a verb after instead of a noun. And then to buy what? Corn, there's my direct object on that line. And again, that's describing why he was sent. So an adverb phrase, again, underneath sent. All right, so there's 2 examples of adverb phrases as a preposition and as an infinitive phrase. Okay, so let's see if I can be smart enough on how to. I'm going to stop my screen share, and I'm going to give this opportunity. Let's see, who had number 2? Was that Abby? I think I might have given that to Abby. How was that working out for you? Were you able to get that up on that screen? I don't know if I gave you enough time. It takes some time to build those lines and write in those words. There you go. Oh, now you have to build yours on there. Okay. Yep. All right, we'll give you some time to do that then. I think in the future you might be able to build yours while I'm talking, like on your own screen. I think. I don't know. I've never gone in as a student, actually. Okay, you can draw them on. That works too. It doesn't have to be as crisp as the other one was. drawing them on works just as well. All right, yours is a little long. All right, that's okay. And if you want to just abbreviate, that'd be all right. How about for now we just go with, how about you get the subject and verb up there, and then show us where you would have put the adverb phrase. Let's not worry about all the other details on this. It's a little hard to show all that. But give us your subject and the verb. Good job. And then show us where you put the adverb phrase. All right, so that would have been recognized. Good. All right, Joseph recognized those brothers. I'm impressed how well you're writing that. I had to use the text box because I couldn't trust I could write anything smooth. Good job. All right, so what's our adverb phrase? All right, good, good. So how would I diagram living? Do you remember? Yeah, this is the one where the line comes down like that, and then living is like a smiley face on it, our participle phrase. Good. Good. Right. Right. So you would draw living like that, with living as a smiley face. And then underneath living, you'd have, like you said, your prepositional phrase, in Egypt. All right, good. That's tricky, isn't it? All right, Abby, why don't you go ahead and close out of your screen share for us then, and we're going to move over to who had number 3? Was that Janice? Or no, Elizabeth? Oh, that would be number 4. That's okay. Actually, I think we're kind of running out of time for showing this all up on the board anyways. So how about I just talk it through a little bit of what it should look like, and then we're going to move into some literature for a minute before we close today. All right, so number 3. Number 3, of course, we should have our line across with our subject. Nimrod was famous. Here, let me do this really quick. I think I can show it to you this direction probably. So we have Nimrod as my subject, right, everybody? And our verb is what? Nimrod, right, was what? Right, good, famous. And what is famous? What is that word? Oh, nice job, Daniel. Predicate, actually not a predicate, nominative. Predicate what? Adjective, good. Okay, I missed my positive on here, so pretend like it's on there. All right, so here I have Nimrod. That's my positive character. Sorry, I forgot to stick to them. Nimrod was famous, and here's my prepositional adverb phrase coming off of my predicate adjective for hunting, and then of course another adjective, his. All right, so that's what that was supposed to look like. All right, that makes sense? All right, let's do that, and then I think I may have forgotten to, there we go, spotlight that video so you can see that better, sorry. All right, and then let's see if I can erase something. Let me give you, that's number 3. And here's number 4. Number 4 looks a little tricky, so let's see if you guys got this right. So compare this to what you did. Hopefully it'll look close. All right, so again, number 4, what's our subject, everybody? Right, planet. What's my positive? Oh, good job. And then our verb, everyone? Good. Is. Why is it is not? No, it's not. Right, because what is not? An adverb. Good job. We have 2. Oops, 2. All right, now in this phrase, we have one prepositional phrase that starts with without, right? And then we have, all right, I'm going to abbreviate that, one infinitive phrase. So here we have our subject, planet, our positive Neptune, adjective, the. Is was our verb, Not was our adverb. Is what? Bright. Predicate adjective, right? Following a linking verb. And then here we have enough. To. Enough was our adverb describing bright. And then we have another to here. Be seen, there it is. To be seen is our infinitive phrase, and without binoculars, our prepositional phrase. Can you see that? Is it backwards or is it correct for you guys? It's supposed to flip screen, so hopefully you see it correctly. All right, good. All right, so that's how that one's supposed to look. So I hope that yours looks like that as well. All right, any questions with diagramming an adverb phrase? No? Okay. All right, so then we're going to go back to our PowerPoint. We're going to move over to literature. All right, literature, guys. So today I figured out what my problem was with my other story. So we're going to go to Aesop's Fable really quick, and then we're going to go look at our story tonight to be reading. All right, excuse my commercial. It'll be over in a moment. All right. So here's our Aesop Fable from yesterday that you read, The Lion and the Mouse.
Once upon a time, there was a lion in the forest. One day, after he was meal, the lion fell asleep under a tree. A little mouse saw him, and he thought to play with him. He began running up and down to see the lion.
Hi, can everybody hear it this time? Yeah? All right, good.
Maybe one day I can help you. The lion was so amused by the idea of a mouse being able to help him. But he lifted up his paw and let him go. Thank you, King. I will never forget your kindness. You are lucky, my friend, that I'm just now go. But don't mess with me again. I will make a meal of you. A few days later, the lion was roaming the jungle. Others set a trap to catch the lion. The others hid behind the tree, waiting for the lion to approach the tree. As he did, his cruel roast a golden breath. The lion started to roar loudly, trying to escape. It was massive. They went back to the village to get a car to transport the lion. The lion was still roaring loud. Only now wasn't cooking the mouse quickly. The king is in trouble. I must return the favor. He soon reached the lion. Don't worry, my king. I will set you free. Climbed up the trap. And he used his sharp little teeth to fight through the ropes. Finally, freeing the lion from the trap. The lion realized that even a little mouse could get cracked out. Thank you, mouse. I will never trouble you again.
All right, so there we learn the moral of the story, that even the weak might be a help to you. All right, today we're going to look at Paul's Sermon on Mars Hill. Paul's Sermon on Mars Hill is page 320 in your literature book, so page 320. Today you're just going to read page 320 and page 321. Actually goes to page 322, I'm sorry. The power of a drama. So I want you to become familiar with the power of the drama, and his Sermon on Mars Hill is right here. I'm going to give you a little bit of a video, though, about Paul's Sermon on Mars Hill. I just want to give you a little bit of background of what the area looked like back then, what life was like back then. Just give you a little bit of information to kind of understand a little better what's being said. This comes from Acts 17, verses 22 to 31 in your Bible. So this is a small portion here, and it just kind of, there's also a little bit about drama on page 321 to give you an idea of what the stage would look like and what 5 acts would play out as. So at this point, let's go ahead and hear a little bit of this. Oops, there we go. So down a little commercial break. Sorry. I love all YouTube things. All right, here's a little presentation about Mars Hill, the area, the culture.
What is the resurrection? So they take them before the Areopagus, which also means the civil Aries or also Romanized with Mars Hill. Now, I have to be standing on the Areopagus right now. The Areopagus is a rocky outcrop sticking out of the Acropolis of Athens, which is home to the much more famous Parthenon. Now, the story in Acts 17 resonates deeply with this place. Not only is the secret Paul emblazoned on the front of the Areopagus, but tourists come here all the time as a sort of pilgrimage. Reading Acts 17 as they look down over Athens, or even getting short sermons before the rock itself. And despite how famous this passage is, the historical context is actually pretty convoluted, even though it's entirely likely that Paul could have given a speech like this in Athens. Because Paul never mentioned these lessons and the highly stylized rhetoric. Many scholars see this more as evidence of the orthodox view of Paul as an early hero of Christianity, more than what it tells us about Paul's obstacles to Athens himself. So the story in Acts 17 is actually very vague. We don't know what the author of Acts was actually trying to say. You see, the Areopagus was not only a place, but it was also a legislative and administrative council. Back in the heyday of the Athenian democracy, it was kind of a big train-busting council that could keep other governing bodies in check if they started going corrupt. But as time went on, rulers started taking powers away from the Areopagus council. By the time Paul would have been alive, the Areopagus was really just a homicide court, then took care of other small civic duties like arson or religious offenses. In the Roman period, the Areopagus council was housed in the Royal Stoa, which was an administrative building in the northwest corner of the Athenian Agora here in front of me, which was a public forum used for religious, government, and commercial meetings. So the text says that Paul stands in the middle of the Areopagus. What does that mean? He stands in the midst of his spot. So that he stands in the midst of the administrative council in the Royal Stoa. Some ancient authors do seem to indicate that the Areopagus was in charge of vetting new religions being introduced to Athens. So if this is the case, the author of Acts might be trying to present a more hostile picture of Paul giving a defense of his religion in front of an administrative council. In fact, some scholars say that the original audience of Acts would have immediately seen the change of venue to the Areopagus as a change to a hostile environment. And not only this, but those are popular like Greek apologies, those famously Socrates' defense of another ruling council of Athens. This connection is even stronger if you notice that Socrates and Paul both referred to their audience as the men of Athens before launching into their speech. Not only this, Paul relies on several famous Greek rhetorical strategies in his speech. Like, for example, when Paul refers to the Athenians as very superstitious or very religious, he uses very Socratic strategy to turn the tables on the Athenians. The Athenians are the superstitious ones, not Christians. Also, he curiously never mentions Jesus by name or by title, which is another Socratic strategy to introduce arguments subtly instead of bold and in your face. Now, we really don't know if this is what the author of Acts had in mind. He might have wanted to evoke a more friendly conversation on the Areopagus, but nevertheless, this is an example of how historical context can reveal a lot in an ancient text. Sometimes living in the 21st century, we just miss so much of the subtleties of these stories that the original audience have picked up immediately. As always, thanks for watching and please subscribe.
All right, so that's just a little bit of a presentation about Paul's sermon on Mars Hill, a little bit of historical background, and just keeping in mind that, you know, Paul was a well-educated man. So when it came to giving speeches and arguing and debating, he was well-versed in how to debate. And so when he came to Mars Hill, that was his goal, to debate with the Athens, to try to bring them to understand that Jesus really was the Christ. So anyways, I hope you enjoy reading that. I hope you enjoy learning a little bit about the drama there and the theater and how it was broken up in those 5 acts. So we'll talk a little bit about that tomorrow, and then we're going to move on to Antigone in literature. So tonight, just read Mars Hill, Paul's sermon there. All right, I hope you guys have a great afternoon and enjoy all of your classes today. And so I'll just see you guys tomorrow at 9. All right. Bye, guys.